that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal before this decade is out of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the earth. No single space project in this period will be more impressive to mankind or more important for the long-range exploration of space.
A machine may be said to be born when it first performs a useful function. This then is the birth of a machine and the beginning of an achievement. 363 feet tall, weighing just under 6.25 million pounds. Capable of 180 million horsepower, the first stage engines came from Louisiana. The second stage came from California, as did the third. They were proved out for the mission in Alabama. The vehicle destined to make the moon touchdown in a later Apollo mission comes from New York. Guidance and navigation equipment within the narrow instrument ring grew in Wisconsin, was checked in Massachusetts. Electromechanicals within the command and service modules are from Florida. Display systems from New Hampshire. The astronaut spacesuits are from Delaware. The mission commander was born in Indiana, grew up in Arizona. On its moon voyage, it will be controlled from Texas, serviced by computers in Maryland, splashdown near Hawaii. The giant crawler on which it rides was made in Ohio. The genius and sweat of literally the entire nation ride the mission.
The training goes on, suit tests and previews of their hardware. Simulated lunar gravity training, underwater and in the air.
Oh, very pretty. Good things are still falling out up there. What are you doing, throwing everything overboard? Oops, there goes a nut. Okay, what are you talking about, me again? Okay, pull in. Okay, Davey, you ought to start getting your hatch closed. Say again? Better start getting your hatch closed if you're not already doing it. Ooh, it's closed. Blocked. Where go? Same type. Where go? Altitude, velocity, light. 3.5 down. 220 feet. 13 forward. 11 forward, coming down nicely. 200 feet. 4.5 down. 5.5 down. 60 seconds. Lights on. Down 2.5. Forward. Forward. Good. 40 feet down 2.5. Picking up some dust. 4 forward. 4 forward. Drifting to the right a little. Good. Okay. Contact light. Okay, engine stop. We copy you down, Eagle. Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Apollo 11 slows down and goes into orbit around the moon. The bright blue planet of Earth now lies 238,000 miles beyond the lunar horizon. Astronauts Armstrong and Aldrin, now in the lunar module, separate from the command module. Astronaut Collins remains behind. Preparation for the lunar module descent to the moon now begins.
Now, Pete Conrad collected a preliminary geological sample.
I have the decided impression I don't want to move too rapidly, but I can walk quite well. Seems a little weird, I'll tell you. Don't think you're going to steam around here quite as fast as you thought you were. Hey, Al, you can work out here all day. Just take your time. Dum-da-dum-dum-dum. Dum-dum-dum-dum.
With Duke acting as photographer and Young as driver, they put the rover through a full test.
Man, you are really bouncing. he on the ground at all? That's 10 kilometers.
Man, I'll tell you, Indy's never seen a driver like this. Okay, when he hits the craters and starts bouncing, it's when he gets his rooster tail. He makes sharp turns.
They would have one task before they got to work exploring. The previous day, they had broken a rear fender of the rover. The dust thrown up was causing trouble. Apollo 16 commander John Young had worked that night in a pressure suit on a way to fix the fender.
Oh, okay.
On the moon, the astronauts put it together. The fender section formed from a lunar map, molded with tape, then held in place with clamps from the Lunar Module Telescope. It was a repair that would last the remainder of the mission. Number 3. Today, Young and Duke would head north about 5 kilometers to North Ray Crater, the largest lunar crater to be sampled by men.
Outstanding.
Hey, Tony, it seems to me this is a more subdued surface over here than going towards South Ray.
Oh, spectacular. Just spectacular.
Wow.
Sorry, Charlie.
Beautiful.
I
That's
gotta
great.
keep my eye on it driving.
That's great.
Had to leave Shorty Crater and its orange soil and push on. Time, the enemy of the lunar investigator on the moon and on Earth.
I can't believe we sampled the whole... I can't believe we sampled the whole thing right on.
The precious minutes had run out. Return to the rover, drive back to the Challenger, close out EVA-2.
We'd like you to leave immediately. Okay. My golly, this time goes fast.
Demonstration of a classic experiment.
Well, in my left hand I have a feather. In my right hand a hammer. And I guess one of the reasons we got here today was because of a gentleman named Galileo a long time ago who made a rather significant discovery about falling objects in gravity fields. And we thought that where would be a better place to confirm his findings than on the moon. And so we thought we'd try it here for you. The feather happens to be appropriately a falcon feather for our falcon. And I'll drop the two of them here and hopefully they'll hit the ground at the same time. How about that? Proves that Mr. Galileo was correct in his findings.
Before they left the surface of the moon, there would be a brief ceremony.
It's a rock composed of many fragments of many sizes and many shapes. When we return this rock, or some of the others like it, to Houston, we'd like to share a piece of this rock with so many of the countries throughout the world. We hope that this will be a symbol of what our feelings are, what the feelings of the Apollo program are, and a symbol of mankind that we can live in peace and harmony in the future.
3.5 hours after they landed, Alan Shepard and Edgar Mitchell lifted off in the silent vacuum of the moon.
Gas engine is armed. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Officially have ignition. What a liftoff. And liftoff. Roger, ignition. Switch over. 10 seconds. Roger. Hey, baby. Switch over is good. What a ride. What a ride. And on 10, snorkels are open. Main chute is on green. Chute is out in reef condition at 10,800 feet and beautiful chute. Hello, Mercury Recovery. This is Friendship 7. Do you receive? Friendship 7, this is Steelhead. Be advised, I have you visually. Roger. What is your estimate on recovery time? Over. Estimated pickup now at 20 minutes. Over. like it's okay, over. The capsule looks good from here, over.
Home to Earth comes the Voyager. Transported now to the aircraft carrier Randolph. In 4 hours and 56 minutes, John Glenn has streaked through 3 days and 3 nights and over 81,000 miles. Never a journey so far. Never a traveler so welcomed by the world.